Hey guys, it's Kelly. I am back with another process video. Today's layout, I am using the May main kit from my Creative Scrapbook Kit Club. And this is actually the first layout that I made with the kit. And I am using a sketch that the design team was working with. And I decided to go way back and scrap these photos of my daughter. And these photos aren't necessarily anything important other than, you know, a cute baby. And I don't know about, you know, other moms, but when mine were little, for me to scrapbook and get pages done was a huge accomplishment. And there's a lot of pictures that I don't have scrapped of, especially Emily, since she's the second child. So you will probably see me, you know, going back and forth with her, you know, photos a lot. So one of the things that I loved about this paper right here was the fact that it was a bunch of different pretty colors, and I knew immediately that when I saw it, I would definitely be cutting it up to use as accents, either, you know, with paper layers or as like a scallop border. And I also, when I received the kit, I went ahead with the cut apart sheet, and I cut all of the pieces just roughly. And you see I'm cleaning up the edges here of this one. But I went ahead and did that in preparation because I knew that I would be using the cut apart sheet as die cuts, and it just saves time for me if I have things like that already done ahead of time, and I can do that, you know, watching TV and it be pretty mindless. So at this point, what I wanted to do was stay true to the sketch. You see, I've sketched it out on the right hand side, and I was going to try to do my embellishments about the same way, but it does not end up like that for the final layout for me. I end up changing quite a bit, but that's the beauty of having a sketch. You can stick to it, you know, as close as possible, and then you can, you know, go your own way and then make the sketch your own. So what I decided was that I wanted to make one of Maggie's fringed hearts myself, and I just put Versamark all down the bottom, and I added some gold embossing powder. Now, I cut the heat part out just because it did take a while to heat that long strip. And the other thing that I ended up doing is I ended up with the rest of the strip that I didn't use, I embossed it again with a different glitter. And I liked the way that that came out better than just the one type of glitter. So if you watched last week's video, or maybe it was the first video that I put up for my Creative Scrapbook, I think that I showed you the two embossing powders that I used for that, and it came out with a richer cold color, and I liked the way that that came out. So I had trimmed this photo down just a little bit smaller than 4x6, knowing that I wanted to put a white border around the photo. I just really love what a white border does to my photos. So, you know, for me, I just prefer the look. And so this was definitely one that I wanted to do because it at least set apart the main picture from the secondary picture, the smaller one, which is 4x4. So I pulled out a sheet of vellum from my stash. It was just a polka dot vellum, and I'm sure that I got it at Michael's, you know, when they have one of their little packs that go on sale. I think it was in a pack of 5. And at this point is where I decide that I want to move that scallop border to go underneath the photos, and it just seemed to work a little bit better. And I pulled out one of my characteristic doilies and placed it behind that main photo as well. So I had pulled off some the cut aparts and moved them to the side. I pulled the ones that were either the white with the black or pink. And I had also fussy cut some of the butterflies, and I went ahead and just pulled out the pink with my thoughts being that this page would be pretty monochromatic. And you know, when you're scrapbooking a baby girl and you know the colors that you're working with are pink and white, you know, that's pretty much just sometimes the way it goes. And I was really actually liking the color scheme for this because the pink is not, you know, the normal pink that you would see on baby girl layouts. It has more of a coral undertone as well. And I just love that pink. It's definitely one of those classic crate colors. So I decided that I was going to use some butterflies as my embellishment instead of hearts. And that little piece that I'm tucking to the left of the photo was one of the cut aparts as well. And it had numbers, and I just thought that would be sweet to add as a layer since, you know, she's, I think like 4 or 5 months here. And, you know, I was just going to go back and circle her age in months. So I was just going through the cut aparts just to make sure that I didn't want to add any of the others. And I will go ahead and pull out some of the puffy word stickers, and I pull out cute girl, loved, and I adore you, and put those around the page. And the one thing that I do that I don't show on camera is I sew around the edges of that pink sheet just to give it a little bit more dimension, and I'll ruffle up the edges and you see that. And later on, it was about 2 days later, I was looking at the layout and I felt like it needed just another little pop of something. And so in the stills, you will see that I have the thinnest strip of black and white gingham going down the right-hand side of the layout. And I just loved the way that it came out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I have some close-ups and stills at the end, and it shows everything in much better detail. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you soon. Bye.